Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to today's video. Hope you all had a great day. Hope you all had a great week. I hope it's green. The good news is we've ended the week green overall. It's our third week in a row, so we've had 3 weeks green, which is great. And we're going into our next week. If we can finish next week green, I'm going to add up my share size. We'll pretty much double or maybe more my share size. So all positive here. Just the sad thing today is we had our first green day, red day in a while. But we're only down $13.16 on 2 trades, so we kept the losses really small, so really happy with that. But I definitely messed up today. I definitely didn't play to my strengths. I definitely didn't take the right type of trade. I'm going to talk about all in this video. Basically, I was long in at a resistance area where I should be short in. So I got it all backwards today, but hey ho, I'm learning. Even the best traders are going to make mistakes. Even top athletes, they make mistakes. And obviously, I'm nowhere near that level yet, but you're always going to make mistakes. So just learn from it. But yeah, frustrated with that. And overall, I missed a really good opportunity on CREX. But in the overall scheme of the market, it was once again a very slow day. I think CREX was pretty much the only one that made a move. AWSM made a little bit of a move, but it gave back so much of its gains that it wasn't really worth it. And the other one was GENE, which was like a $1.15 stock. Yeah, just really poor in the market overall. So let's talk about today's trades. So you see I'm only down $13.06, which is good because once again, I said I took 2 trades. So I managed the loss really well. That doesn't affect my account. It's not a major loss. A 13-cent winner, I can get that back in 1 trade. So that's really good. You see here 2 trades, in at 350, out at 345, so $5 loss. In at 359, out at 351, so an $8 loss basically there. So talk about the trades. So as I said, CREX was on the actual gap scanner this morning, but it just had no volume, as you see here. Everything else on the market was really slow. We do get this good move from basically the 270 area all the way up to actually this 365. So we see these first 2 moves. Basically these first 4 candles we saw. I think it come on the scanners around here. Kept an eye on it once this made this big move here. But obviously we weren't going to get in on this one because it's just overextended. We needed a pullback. I don't think this would have been the best entry because it pulled back to 315, so it's not like a half dollar or whole dollar. These stocks could easily just pop and then they can fade off. That could have easily happened. So we want some sort of confirmation. So my trades today was I bought the breakout of the half dollar. The 1 minute pullback, so you see how it pulls back and then it breaks, but we didn't really get a big breakout, and then we got that rejection 3 times in a row. And the reason this is bad, as I said, is because 1, it's not my strength buying breakouts. You've got to get a precision entry, you've got to get a really good exit, you've got to be very quick. And I was quick in terms of cutting my losses, which is good, but my second entry was really bad. So you see here, as I said, it's not the worst. People are really good at this sort of trading. It's just not my style, really. I much prefer to buy a pullback and then ride the wave up to maximize my gains, really, and then I can just sell below that. I get a much more clearer entries and exits. So you see here, half dollar, which the 1 minute pullback. So the first candle to make the new high, which is here. You see how it correlated with the 350 area. So the two lined up together, which was nice. I got in at 350. This was my first trade, the bottom one here, and then we just didn't get a break. The level 2 slowed down. The green just started to really slow down. So when I get into the stock, I just want it to break immediately. That should, ideally, if it broke out, we should get a test of at least 365. So get like a 10-cent gain there, but no, it didn't. So when it all slowed down, I got out and for a 5-cent loss, which is great. I'm really happy with that. Next cant, and also here the volume wasn't coming in, which I noticed, so just had to get out. So then basically went in for the exact same play. 1 minute candle making a new high, a bit more confirmation now, but it moved so fast that when I pressed my hotkey, I got in filled at 359, got a really high fill, and by the time it pumped up and went down, it was already basically down here before I got out. My stop was always going to be 350, and you see it closed around the the 345 area. So I got a nice, I got a good, I got a bad entry, and my exit I kept good for only an 8-cent loss. So overall, disappointed that one. I actually took these trades. I think I forced it in a slower market. Not my ideal setup. And the worst thing is, and I'm going to show you now as well, I should have been looking to short this. I did allocate shares. I once again, you always go into the daily chart and see the overall picture of what's happening. And this is a really important lesson. So let me show you here. Let's go into the daily chart. Let me just delete these drawings. So as always, when you see a stock, I actually had these marked out because it was on the gap scanner. But what you need to do, as I keep saying in videos, go into the history. This is the previous history here. I mean, the only things we have to take into consideration is this part where the volume's been in. So just mark out key areas that you think. So where's the key area? That's an obvious one there. Then because that's the top, we'll come into this bit. So then we'll look at another area, what around here, this 308. You see that's top. We won't do this candle, and then we'll look at like this one here. And so there's our three areas. So we can see a few things. When we look at the chart, what happens when it makes a move? It makes a move, gives all back. It gives back all the gains. It makes a move, gives back all the gains. Makes a move, gives it all back. And what's it done today? It's made a move and it's gave it all back. The history, the chart, the stock tells us, or the history tells us that when this stock moves, it gives back all its gains. So perfect place to short. Where would you be looking to get in short? Well, not these areas, but on this chart, we'd want it to run to 371, and it pretty much got there perfectly. It was about 5 cents, 6 cents off it. And then we look at these candles to see that could be potential windows from the downside of where it can go to. And then just look on the 1 minute, what happens? That's pretty much perfect. It gets up almost to 371. Where it drops, where does it consolidate round? Almost just above that 308 area. It drops again. Where does it go to? Touches perfectly on the 268, and now it's grinding along there a bit higher. But you see how all these three areas come into play, and it's just such a good short from a perspective of the fact that it gives back all its gains and it's run into that area that we want it to go to. So yeah, and as you see here, we got one test, we got the retest. This would have been a good place to get in short because we've got the one test and then we got the retest and it failed again. And we've even got the third retest, which is even perfect. So yeah, we just set our stop at the 370 area, quick tight stop, because if that 365 37 area breaks, then it could go up to 4, but we'd still look to short it. But a really tight stop of 10 cents basically, and we've got a profit target down to 308, which is our first target of so that's about 50 cents, and then we've got the next target of the 270 area. So we've got basically a minimum of like a 4 to 1, 5 to 1 there. So yeah, really disappointed. I even allocated shares, as you see here, so I'm down probably about $15 over, probably about $19 on the day with commissions and allocation fees, and the two losses. But you see how that was a perfect short. And once again, just to show you the daily chart, that's what we mark up there, and there. We're just using the candles, and you see how it's touched it perfectly. Touch it perfectly there, and then you just see how they lined up on the 1 minute. And once again, you see how the 1 minute lined up with the daily chart. So I know we can see this in hindsight on the 1 minute, but you see how we get all the data ahead of time from the daily chart. So as I said, today it is what it is. Happy with that. I cut the losses small. I learned more lessons being in front of the computer, in front of the market, and trade to your strengths. That's all I can say really. But that's it. Overall positive, third green week in a row. We're going for our fourth green week, and we're going to enjoy our weekend. So that's it. You guys have a great one, and I'll see you back on Monday. Take care. Bye bye.